Welcome to another presentation of Under the Macroscope. Today, I want us to take a close look at the level of care that we give our senior citizens in America. Just how much do we really care about our senior citizens in this country? What are we doing to follow the commandment that God gave us as written in Exodus 20:12? He says, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. The term honor in this context means to respect highly. Just how is this definition being applied to how we treat our elders in what we refer to as modern America? Consider the evidence. Many seniors who do not have the means or support to fight get shoved around and pushed to a place of insignificance, no matter what their contributions to the well-being of our society might have been. Unfortunately, they meet this fate at the hands of those for whom they have sacrificed for most of their adult lives. I can't help but wonder if we ever think about the possibility of our one day being old and at the mercy of the careless, greedy, heartless, and insensitive dogs like so many of us have already become. I remember a senior citizen who was placed in a nursing home that our church visited before the nursing facility was purchased and combined with a newer provider. There was a lady there at that time who was 93 years old. The Sunday that I met her, my heart went out to her because she freely shared her disappointment in what had happened to her and so many other seniors nationwide. She told us that she had been a live-alone widow for a number of years. And one day someone broke into her home and physically assaulted her. She was not seriously injured, but she said her children decided to place her in that nursing home because they, quote, feared for her safety. I considered very carefully what she told us and weighed it against the possibility that she was just a rambling old lady with the gift of gab. I soon dismissed that label when she started talking about how long she and her husband had lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. And as she talked about Charlotte's rich history, I knew that she was not just babbling, because I had read those same historical facts that Charlotte used to print in the front pages of their phone directory. That, coupled with the fact that it was revealed that her children seldom, if ever, visited her, convinced me that this lady was a legitimate victim of the syndrome that is plaguing our country, mistreating our seniors. Over just the past 3 years, the nursing home horror stories, including unexplained deaths, have increased tremendously. The nursing home business is booming, in part because the facilities managers and owners know that many of the people placed in their care have no, quote, guardians that really care what happens to them. This is not supposed to happen in America. Even many so-called lower creatures do a far better job of caring for their young as well as their old. I recently saw a documentary on the life of elephants. I was very touched by how the older matriarchs lead and keep the herds together. They teach the younger ones how to survive and how to watch and use environmental data to their benefit. In one scene, a herd came upon the skeletal remains of an old elephant. There was no mention of how that elephant died. It obviously did not matter. The older members of the herd moved in and began to touch and very closely examine the bones. The babies began to mimic the older ones, as the elders seemed, at least to me, to be saying to the younger ones, come, look, touch, and examine what used to be you and what you shall one day become. They seem to thankfully value their existence and the God who makes it all possible. They make humans look so incredibly dumb and stupid. And I ask again, do we really care about our seniors who have done so much for us? Just another Mackian observation. Thanks for listening. Follow me on Facebook at Under the Macroscope. You may also follow me on YouTube at MacRay. Please subscribe and share, and if you wish, you can make a contribution of your choosing by using the QR code on the screen. See you next time, and remember, under the macroscope, we take a closer look.